Hello, welcome to a collective message. This is for anyone out there who resonates with my energy, who need confirmation, you need clarity on some confusion. Yo, I can help you out. Maybe. I would say though, pick up what resonates or what feels like fits into you without you having to change, and leave behind the things that you don't need or that doesn't resonate, that makes you feel like, oh, well, I guess, like, I didn't think about that, but maybe. The things that are supposed to be for you are going to be confirmations. So I'll be repeating things that you have thought about, that has come up before. Sometimes people say this before hand to you a couple of times, and it's all coming from a place of divine good for you, so you can just have a very efficient life, darling. Yes, baby. All right. So I am really excited to get into today's reading. There is just a lot of things that are happening in the energy lately when this reading is being recorded, and it is being recorded the 28th, I believe, of August. And I guess there are a lot of retrogrades happening. So I know for one, Mercury retrograde is happening, and that's like, it's an intense time for everyone. Very intense. Anyway, let me just finish with my hair. Yeah, I don't know how anyone else has been kind of feeling, but it's been very weird of just, how would I call it? You're trying to get yourself put together, but then you come across all these retrogrades and they're like testing you. And you're like, oh my gosh, am I ready for this? So right now, the times are changing. They're a-changing. We have the Four of Swords. And then we have these cards. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Two of Wands. And we have the Ace of Swords. All right, so one thing is resting on this idea that you still need to balance and still need to do more kind of research on where to go next. And rest on those three specifically and give yourself a chance of, how would I put this? You take action on new ideas, on new habits, on new thoughts that will lead you to a different outcome because it's new from the beginning. I'm going to take off my jacket. I'm really hot. I also got nail polish. Does anyone know how to get nail polish off of shirts? Because it's orange. Oh, it's really cute top. Anyway, but yeah, so what I see right now is that you're at this stage where you need to put to rest certain ideas, thoughts, habits, lifestyle, kind of ways of lifestyle, and start looking at it in a new perspective, in a new way of taking action. And this could mean that you have to change even your beliefs about whatever it is that you're putting to rest and needing to start anew. Because I'm also kind of getting that some of the things might be going back to old habits and old things that you used to do, where now you're like putting certain things down. And that leaves you with room to go back to the old with a new perspective because you've gained wisdom. You've gained different types of lessons that you needed to understand and to learn so that you can, here we go, 10 of Pentacles. I'm hearing reach fulfillment. We have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Six of Cups. Something about goals being finished in a way where these goals are connected to your inner child or to the past you, which makes sense because it is the past you that started the goal in the first place. You started working on it. I'm getting that it's almost as if you have to put down your old perspective of the outcome of these goals to be able to actually see that the outcome of the goals is where you're at now. Once you're able to put down these kind of like, it might be certain beliefs that create judgments on you with the goals. Almost as if it's like, no, like there's some part of you that's saying, no, this isn't it. We have to keep going. Somehow I see like laying down roots is coming out. One thing is organizing the past is really important for you right now. Organizing the way that you have dealt with yourself in the past, most of all. So this was the card that the other card landed on. This is the card that came out. So this time, the time when you give yourself rest on trying to balance out and trying to find the next kind of length of your destination. What I'm getting is that right now it's time to go to the past and put rest to creating new. So let's say, okay, let's say this, because I'm starting to actually understand it a lot more. So let's say that you have this goal of being a full-time content creator, okay? So you started this goal, let's say a couple years back, and over the years you have learned how to content create. But there's something about you in the now that's being kind of weighed down, or it's like, I'm getting ball and chain, where it's like there's this chain and this ball, this heavy ball on your foot, and it's like you can't move forward with as much veracity, I guess, with as much power in the present, because for some reason this goal that you had so long ago, it's almost like you put this kind of bind or this kind of like restriction on yourself where you can't finish the goal in a different way. It has to be this certain outcome. But what I'm getting is that the goal is going to be a different outcome than it was when you first started, because you know a lot more now than you did back then. And this quote just came to my mind where you make the certain choices that you make with the information that you have at the time. And looking back, it's like so easy to be like, oh, I could have done this. Oh, I should have done that. But like, if you knew, you would have, right? But you didn't know. So putting kind of like, I don't know why, but I'm also getting, there might be some kind of harsh judgment on the past you for maybe making certain kind of action, certain types of decision making that led to certain outcomes burp for confirmation. And it's time now for you to take the mature step and release any judgment that you have on yourself when it comes to like how much you contributed in the past towards certain goals, and letting yourself be judgment free when you think of the past, present, and future versions of you when it comes to taking action on these goals. When you do this, when you take that judgment off, you're going to be able to see that there are a lot of different opportunities for you to take control of the situation. And first and foremost, take control of the situation in your mind. Because what I'm getting is that also these certain kind of judgments, beliefs that you have on yourself are kind of like clouding your judgment in a way where it's like kind of like giving you these false pretenses of what will happen because you think that you're a certain way and somehow the outcome in you in a certain way is like collided and hybrided. We have the Lovers, we have the Devil, and we have the Nine of Cups. There's something about you taking appreciation for yourself. Now, I don't know if this is totally like accurate, right? Let's see what this is. The Five of Swords. Because it's like, okay, when I say this with the most nicety. If it offends you, if there's something that I say that makes you kind of like not feel good about yourself, it's not for you. Like, this is not supposed to make you feel bad. But what I'm getting is that you take away the power of yourself in the present form because you're giving your past self a pity party where it's like the responsibility of your past self. There's something about that is where this like pity party is coming from. I'm getting like you're not taking responsibility of certain choices in the past. And also another thing is releasing the judgment on yourself of these responsibilities. Because I'm wondering if there were certain, like, how would I put this? You gave yourself certain responsibilities that were beyond your capability. Ooh, that's like really good. That's a good sentence right there, folks. But I'm wondering if you gave yourself too much like burden to bear, and it kind of was more of a burden than anything for you. Like, I'm getting like you were trying to help out, but it was like too much for you to take care of yourself. I'm wondering with these goals and like it being with your past self, where they were unrealistic because they were beyond what you were capable of at that time. Now that you're like here in the now, I'm getting that there's something about you being in a more power state of mind where you know the balance of that's so cool. The world popped out. You see that? Like, you know the balance of the responsibility of you, the responsibility of outside of you, knowing also that you can't control any outside environment. You can only control inside of you, your emotions, your mind, things like that. There's things that you have gained in terms of it that have created this way of life for you, this lifestyle, this type of persona that you're in, that it's kind of like you're stuck. Like, I'm getting like Like in Pokemon when they transform, right? You're starting to transform, but it's like we have the Six of Swords and we have the Eight of Swords. So it's like you're hesitating in terms of actually dedicating when it comes to sticking with this like evolved lifestyle. I love that, evolved lifestyle. Like that's a really cool way to look at it, because really everything in terms of the hardship, in terms of like, man, you have to go through all this hard work, and this is like all in your mind too. Like you have all these kind of things on your mind now, and we have the Two of Swords. So it's like in terms of what once before was very restrictive in terms of being too much, now is you're able to manage, because you know there's certain things that you know that will help you find balance in terms of like certain foundational habits. Yo, that's a great word that's a great way to describe it. Foundational habits. You know now certain foundational habits that you need in order for these goals to be accomplished the way you want them to be accomplished. And also like you're changing, like you're learning how to change the way that you view even change within the goals, within the lifestyle, within whatever it is changing. You're becoming more okay. Is that the way to say it? I don't know. You're learning how to be more okay with the unpredictable change that's like, it's not you that did it, but it's outside of you that did it. You're like, okay, let's take a minute. This is not like, one, this is not my energy. Two, I did not start this. So obviously this is not me needing to contribute more, but maybe it's me needing to separate, so on and so forth, kind of going off. But anyway, so what I see though is that you're learning how to find specifically emotional responsive balance, where you're not feeling the urge to react to things all the time in terms of emotional reaction. You've learned how to take different habits that you used to do, and you're learning how to use them where you're able to get the win out of the situation, where before, when you didn't use them, you didn't get the win out of the situation. You got the loss. So this is really cool, because I see that you're evolving in terms of like how you actually also handle the challenges that could push someone down all the way back to the very beginning. But you're learning that maybe you are pushed down, but onto your knees, not like all the way onto your back or whatever. So you're able to get up quicker. You're able to keep moving forward at a pace, at a rate that is okay with you, that feels comfortable for you, which is awesome. So this is all I have for you today for today's reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed it. This was very enlightening for me as well to go through. Yeah, until next reading or next video, I hope you have a fabulous day, fabulous week. I'm putting this out on Monday, so hopefully all goes well for this upcoming week. While retrograde's going on, just be very grounded is what I can definitely, if I could give you any word of advice, if you want it, you don't have to take it, but grounding your energy is very crucial at this time. Very crucial. I definitely have to remember that a lot. I might get that tattooed, across my forehead or something. Anyway, I'll see you next video. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely day. Bye.